hand clap, brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on this Mystelics Reacts channel. Welcome to obviously one of you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to see what's up on these vibrations. These are my thoughts and comments. What else leave your thoughts and comments also in the comment box below on this here reaction vibration, brothers and sisters. Of course, don't forget to click the thumbs up, and I would appreciate that helping to push these videos further and further, of course. And of course, seeing more of my videos when you click the thumbs up button. It's interesting how YouTube is working that right there. So definitely interact and let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. I would appreciate that. And if you've not done so yet, subscribe for more vibrations, as I will definitely be posting them right there on this vibes. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations. For we've seen this sentiment right there, brothers and sisters. Apparently, on merit of the whole electoral reform system and of course reconfirmation and this kind of thing, we're going to talk about this vibration. But of course, this individual is saying in the United States, a social security number is assigned at birth. It is. And then when you become naturalized or become a citizen of the United States, or not even that, when you become, if you become a student, they give you a social security number as well. So there's very interesting when it comes down to the introductory state of being in certain countries when it comes to the sentiment right there. But when you are born in the United States, you receive a social security number which is assigned to you. Why is it necessary, Dominica, to be employed in order to obtain a social security card? That doesn't make any sense. She give to you at birth, not true? I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, guys? Do you think that you're infringing on personal rights? And hey, I don't want to be assigned a number. I'm not known for a number. No. When I work, then I'll be known for a number. Is that the case? What are your thoughts, guys, in that regard? Once an individual reaches 18, shouldn't they be able to pay the fee and obtain a card? I think that should be the case right there, so they can assign it to everything. What is the point of social security in the first place? For you to retire, that's it? Work and retire and hopefully get social security when you that's it? I think that's a very interesting one right there. Of course, social security, there's social security credit score and all those kind of things. Anyways, that's a whole other story right there. This requirement warrants revision, particularly to facilitate the electoral process. Do you guys agree, disagree? What are your thoughts on this sentiment right there? Let me know that in the comment box below. Of course, there is this also sentiment of another individual on the Dominica Breaking News. Letter to the editor. Good day. I'd like to highlight a serious concern. What is that concern? Happening across various confirmation centers in Dominica. This individual is making a concern, saying that many of the individuals being employed are whom? People who are 60 years and older, people who have already retired after working their whole lives. But on the sentiment of that sentiment, I would think that the people who have been, their 60 plus years would pretty much know quite a number of individuals. And I'm guessing they're not just people that they just put in there. It's maybe teachers or people who have been in society, in the social centers, would probably know quite a number of the individuals who are there to then say, okay, that person was living there for quite some time. So I'm guessing that's probably why they use people of a certain age. If you have younger persons, sometimes these younger persons maybe don't know what on earth these people, they don't socialize properly or whatever. They probably start teaching and they don't really know the vast majority. If you have a teacher that is teaching for 30 years, you know that person might know quite a number of individuals, maybe not know everybody, but they might know quite a number of individuals, including meeting the parents and so forth and so forth, being in society and socializing, so to speak, on a societal point of view. So maybe that's why they are using people 60 years and older. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, this person goes on to say, why not give young people the opportunity instead? Opportunity to do what? Just like we gave the opportunity. Give the young man a chance to become prime minister and then he screws up the whole thing. This is why we are here today with the electoral reform system being sabotaged. Maybe, yes, maybe, no, who knows, brothers and sisters? Let me know your thoughts on that right there. So give young people a chance. I understand giving young people a chance, but I think there should be a level of mentorship when it comes down to not just this aspect, but other aspects. Well, mainly other aspects. There should be some mentorship before letting the young people come in. Because sometimes the young people come in, if their idea is yes, true, but they have no idea how things work. I actually mentioned that some time back on the understanding of actually doing things in society. And then, the same way you might have to train somebody to become supervisor if that person is not in the department or not, they need to be trained by persons who are there. So I think that sentiment should carry over when it comes on to giving young people a chance. Train them. If they don't train, then hey, it is what it is, brothers and sisters. Don't give them no chance. They need to be trained first when it comes into the sentiment right there. I'm not saying that the young people don't have the capabilities of doing so, but I'm just saying mentorship is important when it comes to the sentiment right there. Some people might have the ideologies, but the ideologies isn't coinciding how things work. I think there's the understanding of that needed to be done. Understanding how things work. If you don't understand how things work, how are you going to operate it properly? You know, just like when you bring in people who are incompetent, or people who have certain degrees, or people who have certain proficiencies that are not actually utilizing the proficiencies, like Melissa, I don't know, but people who are not utilizing the proficiencies that they claim that they got in school, IT or whatever, and they do in housing. I don't know, but you guys will let me know your thoughts in that regard right there. There are many people capable, yes, qualified young individuals in every constituency who are struggling to find work. Maybe they're just, another thing, brothers and sisters, I don't think that individuals should be given work on the basis that they are struggling. I think individuals should be given work on the basis that they are competent in doing it. There are many people in Dominica who are doing work that they have no competence in, but they need a job. You know, like this individual was saying, qualified young individuals in every constituency who are struggling to find work. Now, if they're qualified, yes, true, I agree. Definitely, if they're qualified to do the jobs, then yes, they should be given the jobs right there. But also, brothers and sisters, we always talk about the young people, but the old people need to always they're gonna feed themselves. You know, especially when social security and these kind of things there, the pension is rising, you know. Anyways, this individual will continue to find work. You know, people are struggling to find work, young people are struggling to find work, and will greatly benefit from this kind of experience. If you're 60 plus, it's okay to rest. Enjoy your garden, take a vacation. You think people can take vacation like that when the whole system is just draining them, the economy is just draining the people of their money, so they have to go and work. Just like certain parts in the United States. I mean, we talk about 60 people, 60 age and older, 60 years and older, but there are people, what, 80, 85 years working, brothers and sisters. Some of them definitely go to work to have a little social understanding with human beings and stuff. They are known as greeters, but, you know, some of them need the money. Some of them definitely need the money in that regard, especially in Dominica. I think individuals need the money. You guys will let me know right there. Yeah, they will say the young people only have all your whole life to make money. I'm struggling there. Anyways, if you're 60 and over, it's okay to rest, enjoy your gardening, take a vacation, and spend time with family. Although you have to step up, gain experience, and earn a living. I personally think that the youth need to step up themselves. Do I allow them to step up? If they don't step it up, then that's, look at certain places like Madagascar, these places, and other places in Africa. The youth are the ones taking over on the merit of realizing that, hey, this is not going well for us. And as a result, they are stepping up despite. I just remember a particular circumstance of an individual who had to prove himself to his family members before they allow him to flourish, brothers and sisters. So I just thought of that sentiment right there. This constant cycle of overlooking young people for jobs is unfair and discouraging. I agree. But I think it should be based off qualifications and the ability to do the job, not just because, hey, people want job. No, I don't think so. A number of persons are working like that in Dominica. You know, a number of persons are actually working, are overqualified for the job that they're doing too. Because that's what Dominica has. Some people might need to be working in science, you know, categories, departments, but they're doing cashing because that's a job that is available for them in Dominica. I always tell people they need to leave and go overseas for them to find betterment, especially when it comes down to the free movement business. I need to react to that video of me and Motley. Don't worry, we will definitely do so. Our youth are talented, willing, and more than able to do the job just as well. What does this practice really do for our economy? It feels like the young people are being shut out of opportunities at every turn. Please, let's start giving the youth of Dominica a fair chance. Stop putting them down and empower them instead. No, I agree. Definitely the youth need, you know, definitely 100% agree. But there are certain circumstances that would warrant that maybe, you know, maybe the older folks should do it. Like, for example, this electoral reform business. Maybe they know more people than the younger people will do. And sometimes the younger people don't even check the older people. But the older people will know the older people and the younger people. You understand my sentiment? So, I'm not saying that, you know, yeah. Anyways, you get the point right here, brothers and sisters. Anyways, let's go to none other than Dr. Thompson Fontaine, the real doctor, not doctor. Real doctor. I just call a particular individual doctor. He said, no, I'm not doctor. I worked hard. I worked hard. Big up yourself one time. You most likely seen this video. I worked hard for me not to be called doctor, but doctor. Anyways, Dr. Thompson Fontaine notes that thousands of Dominican citizens may be ineligible to vote in the upcoming general elections. Interesting. What is that about? Let's take a listen.
The whole confirmation activity or the confirmation process will unfold. And so the Electoral Commission, they issued an SRO 71 that basically outlined how you would go about registering. And effectively what they proposed was that you would have a government-issued ID and a birth paper, or if you have neither of it, if you do not have a government-issued ID, which is namely a government-issued passport, social security card, or driver's license, if you have none of these, then you'll be allowed to confirm with a birth certificate and a picture that is actually signed off on by the Justice of the Peace.
So pretty much like how you have a passport, I guess. You have a birth paper and you have a passport that is notarized by, well, I guess this one is Justice of Peace, but yeah.
And with that, you'll be able to confirm, which made a lot of sense, because in the Dominica context, there are literally thousands of Dominicans who do not own either of these. There are thousands of Dominicans who do not own a passport, who do not have a social security card because
they do own passport, but they talk about international airports. That's why I say sometimes when you see the convention, brothers and sisters, you see a set of people, especially for the convention, but the opening of the airport, quote unquote, international airport. You saw a set of people there, and you're like, most of all you, a lot of you, I don't know if most, but a lot of you guys will never travel on it. Oh, you there, but you will never travel because the economy is conducive for you to be able to make enough money for you to travel. The others who are fortunate enough to do so, hey, kudos to you guys. But a lot of these people that were there would not be able to travel. Some people can't even afford to get a ticket for World Korea Music Festival, much less to pay thousands of dollars to go and travel, really? Okay.
Because, 70% of the Dominican population are in the rural communities where you have very little formal type of employment. So you do not have this card system, social security card system.
Yeah.
And of course, the driver's license is just very recently we began to have vehicles in those numbers in Dominica. So the Electoral Commission knew very well, because they've had many, many years to prepare for this. This particular commission has been there for at least 5, probably 10 years.
That's true.
They had every reason to know the makeup of the Dominica population, and to know that what they recommended or what they proposed in this SRO 71 was in fact good and fair, because it would allow every single person wishing to confirm to do so.
That's true.
But what happened?
That's true.
On the day before the confirmation process was to begin,
October 15th,
and even while the same Electoral Commission was advertising the use of the cards, we heard for the very first time on Q95, the chairperson, Mr. Duncan Stowe, made an appearance and revealed to the Dominican public that, oh, by the way, we have a new SRO that has now removed the option of the birth paper.
Yes, I don't understand that. Why remove it for what reason? You show it where you were born, my goodness. At least having the birth paper can help. But no, no, they don't want to do so. Why? Brothers and sisters, make it make sense. I don't know. It just mind boggles me. Especially when it comes down to the sentiment of the voter ID card, brothers and sisters. You need the voter ID card to know where you're going to vote. And there is no address on it. There's no address to show, address Portsmouth, Dominica, or Glanville, Dominica, or Picat, Dominica, Picat, Portsmouth, or something. To show at least vehicles wherever you come out. Brothers and sisters, help me understand. No, you can't even use your birth paper that's showing you an actual citizen to reconfirm. And you don't think some kind of craziness is going on there? How on earth you removing birth paper?
This option is no longer possible, and we will only be using a passport, a driver's license, or a social security card.
Maybe they're taking out Dominicans from voting, their ability to vote. Because they're bringing people who are actually traveling back to Dominica to come and vote. SKERRIT has admitted that they bring people to Dominica to vote. They have admitted it.
Now, why is that relevant?
That's treating, by the way.
It's relevant because in the period leading up to the 14th of October, the Dominica Labour Party operatives, they were all over Dominica, taking people's names.
Oh, that's why they will probably give. I heard that they were passing all over the place, giving people passports. Interesting. I heard that sometime, probably last month or 2 months ago. I heard that they were going all over the place, giving people passports.
It's taking information that an offering to the people that they would be given the passports. I know because we.
When I was told that, I told them, give me proof that that is the case. That's why I didn't report on the brothers and sisters. Because when I heard about that, I checked, well, that don't make sense. Why don't they use the birth paper? Why would they need passport? I thought it was hearsay. But apparently that is actually true.
We have been doing quite a bit of work on the ground. We're talking to individuals saying, yes, individuals were telling me personally and our team as we went in to talk to them, and yes, this individual came to me, took my name, took my ID card that I have because they're going to issue us with papers to confirm. So the Labour Party, they were doing that all along, and I was really puzzled.
I heard it, you know. I
think to myself, but why is the Labour Party going around Dominica offering their supporters, mainly, offering them passports, when if you don't have a passport, you can use your
birth paper.
Only to find out on the eve of this process, the Electoral Office changes its mind, so to speak, and now goes full hand in glove with the government.
They sabotage the people. That's what was happening. Their aim was to sabotage the people so that they get to win elections again by any means necessary, whether they by inclusion or exclusion.
Okay, so that explains why the government knew all along that was just a fast, that was just a, if you like, you know, for those of us who know football, you know, you kind of put in a fake, a head fake. You know, you kind of pretend you're going to the left and the opponent moves to the left and then you move to the right.
Basketball too.
We had a perfect head fake by this Electoral Office, working hand in glove with this government.
But how can you remove birth paper as a form of ID? How on earth you can remove that? How on earth, brothers? My God. But even on the voter ID card, it's asking about date of birth. That's sad, by me.
But look at the consequence of this. We now have literally thousands of Dominicans who are saying they want nothing to do with this confirmation process. That either A, they don't have a passport. If they have a passport, it has not been used.
And if they have to go and get a passport, if they don't have a passport and they have to go and get a passport, they have to go and pay for it. Whereas, on the other side, they have been getting details and information to get these people's name and whatever into the system, so they most likely get the passports for free. You see how crazy that is? Or we're using passports only. Or passports and probably another thing. But passports mainly. So they're giving some passports for free, while the others who want to change in the government most likely have to go and get, if they don't have a passport, have to then spend how much money that they don't have because of the very government that are keeping them down. They then have to spend that money to go and get what? Passports, so they can confirm. As another thing, no, if they go to get passports, brothers and sisters, there can be a time frame that they will take. I think maybe it takes probably like a week or a month or so. I don't know. There'll be a time frame before they are able to get that passport. And if they end up deciding, hey, I finally raised enough money for me to be able to confirm, because I thought I could use my birth paper and a picture. If I raise enough money as a result of the hard economy for me to confirm, maybe that time, confirmation time, might be up.
All right, and we'll talk about those nuances a little later on, but that's very, very, very important.
That's crazy, right?
But they say they simply do not have the energy. I mean, think of an 85-year-old person who's probably voted 7, 8, 9, 10 times in their lives. And at that stage in their life, they've been on that voters list all those years. They've been in Dominica. They faithfully voted, and now they have no interest in traveling overseas. No, it's interesting, as before he continues, guys, it's interesting that the thought process comes to mind. He's talking about people who have voted 8, 9 years and what have you. Now, the people who have voted 8, 9 years, whatever, their entire life voting, you know, steadfast because they want change or whatever they want to make sure that their voices are heard when it comes into the electoral system. They want change, and somehow they make it more difficult for these very people, while inadvertently giving their people free stuff for them to be able to vote for them. I keep in mind, but I want Dominicans to truly understand that even if you were to vote for these very people, it is the very people that are giving you free passports that are keeping you down, making you lose the ability for you to utilize the economy to its full extent. They are the same people keeping you down, giving you free passports for you to keep them in power, to keep you down. They're just enjoying their final years in this nation of ours. And they're told that they have to go find a passport. Because obviously they cannot find a driver's license, they cannot find a social security card. You have to find a passport. And guess what? You have to pay $150 to get this passport.
SKERRIT moved from $200 in savings to 5 plus 5 is 55. Save that. You know how much 5 plus 5 equals 55 you have to save to get a passport, brothers and sisters? You know what? You know much? Okay.
So a number of persons, and that is not very encouraging, and the Electoral Commission needs to know this.
They know it.
Persons are saying that they would not.
They know it. They give only the reconfirmation. They say only one confirmation. No problem. We're giving it to you, but we're going to make it more difficult for people to reconfirm, while the people who are giving the people the free passports are using the very people's money to do so, or CBI money, or somewhere is not. Where you think they're getting the money to do that, brothers and sisters? They will give you a free passport, and the passport is $150. Where you think they're giving you? Boy, I tell you, boy.
Process. Of course, we're encouraging every single person to do it. Because we believe if, and as we keep reminding everyone, if you do not confirm, then you will not be able to vote. And we need your votes. And the easiest and the best way to remove this government is by ensuring that you confirm and that you vote them out. And that is what we're encouraging. But
so
it is
difficult.
It is a real concern.
Jesus.
And I will say, even as we begin this conversation, that this particular commission is certainly not independent.
Nope.
And on the strength of what has happened with this...
How on earth can they be independent? They cannot be independent. You remove the very thing that everybody would have. You remove everything that everybody would have.
Confirmation process. I believe that this is enough to call for the resignation of the chairman of the Electoral.
But of course...
And I hope that he does resign. And along
he won't.
The leeway, it is okay for the government-appointed commissioners to go to bat for the government. That's what they're supposed to do. But the chairperson is supposed to be
neutral,
independent of government influence.
Just like the Mr. Speaker of the House is supposed to be independent, but you see him on rally with the...
Yes. By virtue of him being a passport peddler, a passport seller, by virtue of him amassing literally millions of dollars for the sale of Dominican passports, he is disqualified to be the chairman of the National Electoral Commission. And so we will be demanding the resignation of this particular chairperson on the basis of this debacle. Because that's what he's created. He's created a mess. He's created a situation where instead of encouraging persons to confirm, instead of encouraging persons to be
more difficult,
thousands of Dominicans stand to be disenchanted by a political process that has gone wrong. And we're saying
That's crazy.
this is enough grounds for the resignation. That's what they're calling for, the resignation of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. He needs to make way for an independent individual who has the real interest of the Dominican populace at heart.
But we know that's not the case. They make sure that they put their people in certain positions to do their bidding, not the people's bidding. Just like when you have you have the reset of the ministers, not true? Give the young people a chance. New people come in just for them to do the bidding. Bruh, people in Dominica, last week.
This is not good for democracy in Dominica. This is not good for the long and serious fight. Some of us have paid a personal price for. We for our freedom, tied up in courts. You know, you have persons appearing before the courts, they have their passports taken away, their ability to travel and all of that. Persons have sacrificed in the interest of electoral reform in this country. And at the end of the day, we have the whole confirmation activity. We for our freedom, tied up in courts. You know, you have persons appearing before the courts, they have their passports taken away.
Their passports taken away, and if they cannot use their passports to confirm, that's everything. Brothers and sisters, let me know your thoughts, man. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. What do you think about what you have to say right there? Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. Also, give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys definitely doing so. Click the thumbs up button to help push these videos for them for the day. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification so you'll be notified when I post and publish my videos, brothers and sisters. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. Share this video so others can see as well. And of course, with that said already, brothers and sisters, be real, Saturday King always. Thanks so much for watching. Be positive.